were known as Holy Knights, defenders of pilgrims on sacred roads. But what if that was only the surface of the story? What if from the very beginning the Knights Templar were not just defending travelers but searching for something hidden, something that could rewrite the origins of civilization itself, something buried deep beneath Jerusalem, ancient tunnels, forbidden artifacts, and knowledge so powerful it threatened the very heart of religion and empire. And some say the trail does not end in Jerusalem but stretches back to a world long thought lost, a world called Atlantis, for in 1099 Christian armies seized Jerusalem after the First Crusade, and with peace came pilgrims, men, women and children risking dangerous roads to reach the Holy Land. In 1119 Hugh de Payens with 8 knights formed the Poor Fellow Soldiers of Christ and of the Temple of Solomon, basing themselves directly on the Temple Mount, believed to be the site of King Solomon's temple, a place whispered to be filled with ancient wisdom and sacred treasure. And for 9 years, instead of guarding the roads, they remained there, quietly working, unseen by most, and theories say they were digging, tunneling beneath the mount in search of something far older than the Bible. Centuries later, tunnels and Templar artifacts would be found beneath the area, suggesting a deliberate excavation. Some claim they sought relics, others claim they sought knowledge preserved since before the Great Flood, before Egypt, before history itself, knowledge from Atlantis, the fabled lost civilization described by Plato, said to be rich in technology, crystal power, sound and light energy, healing science, and a white powder called mana, an alchemical substance able to heal, extend life, enhance the mind, awaken spiritual vision, and perhaps even defy gravity. And some modern researchers link mana to monoatomic gold, a strange form of matter with unusual effects on the human body and mind. And legends say survivors of Atlantis fled before their island sank around 11,600 years ago, carrying maps, devices and mana to Egypt, where they became the teacher kings of the mythic Zep Tepi, the first time. And over centuries their secrets passed through civilizations until whispers of them reached Jerusalem. If the Templars had learned from Eastern scholars or hidden manuscripts that something from Atlantis lay beneath Solomon's temple, it would explain their 9 years of digging. And stories say they found powerful relics, perhaps multiple Arks of the Covenant, each with unique functions from producing light to acting as divine communication devices, some needing mana to activate, perhaps the Holy Grail seen not as a cup but as a healing and energy tool, the Emerald Tablet said to reveal the unity of sound, light and thought, and the Spear of Destiny, far older than the Crucifixion, able to guide its wielder's fate. After these discoveries the Templars changed, becoming more secretive, more purposeful, perhaps guarding not just objects but the dangerous truths written on ancient scrolls, texts painting Jesus as a spiritual teacher guiding self-realization rather than a distant savior, suggesting Mary Magdalene as a close partner, John the Baptist as an original keeper of mysteries, and God as inner light rather than external ruler, ideas that could have shattered church authority in the 12th century, and thus powerful enemies formed. King Philip IV of France, deeply indebted to the Templars and fearing their independence, allied with Pope Clement V, and on Friday, October 13, 1307 the Great Purge began. Templars were seized, accused of heresy, worship of Baphomet, blasphemy and secret rites, tortured until confessions were extracted, but many believed these charges were only a mask to hide the true reason. The Church and the Crown feared the Templars. Knowledge of Atlantis, of relics, of a different path to God, and as the arrest swept Europe, rumors say a secret fleet of Templar ships left the French port of La Rochelle under cover of night, carrying treasure, scrolls, and the relics they had recovered, vanishing into history. Some say to Scotland, some to Portugal, others to the New World centuries before Columbus, even to hidden islands in the Atlantic where remnants of Atlantean energy lines still pulse. And the Templars themselves may have gone underground, their symbols appearing later in the Freemasons, Rosicrucians and other esoteric orders, preserving fragments of the old science, while the Church rewrote history to erase the idea they ever sought Atlantis. Yet across centuries strange clues surface, maps in old monasteries showing lands that should not exist, cathedrals filled with carvings of maize and aloe before Europeans saw America, coded manuscripts speaking of the place before the flood, and of the White Stone of Awakening, guarded by warrior monks in white mantles. And in modern times researchers linking Templar roots to ancient megalithic sites on ley lines across Europe, suggesting they were reactivating a planetary grid of energy, perhaps the same system Atlantis had mastered. And the question remains, if they truly found Atlantean relics, where are they now? Are they hidden in vaults beneath Rosslyn Chapel, in the ruins of Montsegur, under the sea near the Azores, or buried still deeper under Jerusalem waiting to be found again? And if monoatomic gold and the relics it powered could indeed extend life and awaken the mind, who holds it now? Perhaps it passed through hands in secret for centuries, influencing events from behind the scenes. Perhaps those who guard it even today shape politics, science, and religion in ways unseen. Perhaps the truth of Atlantis, the Templars, and the relics is not lost but hidden in plain sight, in symbols, in architecture, in whispered rituals, waiting for those with eyes to see. And as history circles back to ancient mysteries through modern science, through quantum physics and new archaeology, perhaps the time is coming when the secrets the Templars died to protect will rise again, when the world will remember that there was once a civilization before all others, that its knowledge flowed through Egypt, Jerusalem, and into the hands of warrior monks sworn to guard it, and that somewhere out there, in a vault, in a cave, or beneath the waves, the last key to Atlantis still waits for the day it will be needed again. For history is not always written by the victors, sometimes it is written by those who can keep a secret for 1,000 years.